Everybody moving to the Tulsa metro ends up looking at Broken Arrow, and most of them have no idea they're looking at it right before it changes for good. There's a 12,500 seat amphitheater going up right now off the Creek Turnpike, and I'll get into why that one building should change how you think about buying here. But first, the honest part, because the same thing that makes people love this town is the same thing that makes the wrong person regret moving here within 6 months. Stick around for that. It's the one that costs people the most. I'm Michael Saveth. Broken Arrow is my hometown. I went to school here from middle school through high school. My family still lives here, and my aunt, who has passed, had a house right off Main Street in the Rose District. It was one of the oldest homes ever built in this city. I grew up walking from her porch down to Main Street for the Rooster Day parade. That house now is an Airbnb owned by my friends, and it's a good one. If you actually want to feel this town out before you commit to moving your whole life here, come stay in it for a weekend. Link is going to be in the description. You're going to learn more sleeping one night in the middle of the Rose District than you will scrolling Zillow for a month. So let me tell you what this place actually is, and then I'll tell you where it's going to bite you in the ass. The Broken Arrow Rose District is the reason people fall for Broken Arrow. It's the downtown, and it's the real thing. Lively streets, local restaurants, breweries, coffee shops, small businesses that people drive in from Tulsa and other surrounding towns to spend a Saturday at. This isn't a suburb where the social life is a parking lot outside of a Target. There is literally something happening here year-round. Christmas on Main lights the whole district up, live music in the summer, farmers markets in the weekends, and Rooster Days, which also, by the way, started in 1931 and is the longest running festival in the state of Oklahoma, and it's been going on since probably before your grandparents were even around. If you've been searching for a town that actually has a center of gravity, a place people gather instead of just sleep, this one is one of the only suburbs in the metro that probably truly has it. Now, let me explain that here's why most people relocating here haven't clocked in yet. That amphitheater I mentioned, Regent Bank Amphitheater off the Creek Turnpike, again, 12,500 seats, over a $100 million invested, run by a national operator that builds these things across the country, and it's targeted to open late fall of this year or potentially scooting back to next. I need you to understand what a venue that size does to a town this size. It's not just concerts, it's the restaurants that follow it, the hotels that follow it, the jobs, the traffic, tax revenue, and years of upward pressure on every home value in a 2-mile radius. People who buy near that thing before it opens are buying in front of the money. I don't get to say that a lot about most of the metros. I'm saying that about Broken Arrow right now, and the clock is running. And this isn't a town betting everything on one building. Broken Arrow is the 4th largest city in Oklahoma and the 2nd largest in the metro. It's around 127,000 people and still climbing drastically every year. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the state, but it's growing on real ground. Household income here sits above the surrounding area. Unemployment's low, poverty rate's low. This is a town with money and momentum. This is not a flash in the pan. I know schools are a whole decision for a lot of you watching, so listen close. Broken Arrow Public Schools is a genuine reason families put roots down here. Broken Arrow High School is one of the largest in the entire state. The district pulls the strongest ratings, the extracurricular runs deep, and the Friday night football culture is the kind of thing where the entire town shows up and that stadium gets packed. However, there's a trap buried inside that, and I'm going to hand it to you in the cons, so do not drift off this video just yet. On safety, Broken Arrow consistently reports violent crime below the national average and lands on the safest city list for its size year after year. It's the kind of place where kids still ride bikes to a buddy's house. And I'll always tell you to look block by block instead of trusting one citywide number, but the reputation here is absolutely earned. Before I get into the downsides, one thing: if you're moving to this metro, you're going to work with somebody eventually, and the only question that matters is whether that person actually knows these streets or is just reading you numbers off of a screen. I literally grew up crossing these school lines, and my family's still rooted here. When I tell you something about Broken Arrow, it's from living it, not Googling it. That's why relocators call me specifically. All my info is in the description. You can call me, text me, or we can book a FaceTime call. No pressure. Okay, now the cons, because this is where I earn it. This sounds crazy, but Broken Arrow is car dependent almost fully. Around 94% of people here get everywhere by car, and almost nobody touches public transit. If you're coming coming from a city where you live without a car, this town fights you on that every single day. You need a vehicle. A family needs more than one. There's no clever way around it. Second, the one I warned you about, the one that burns relocators worse than anything: schools. I told you the schools here are a draw. Here's the catch not really many people tell you. Broken Arrow is not just one school district. This city is split between two of them depending on the street: Broken Arrow Public Schools and Union Public Schools, and they do not perform the same. I have heard and I have watched families fall for a house, close on it, and only after moving in find out that they're zoned for a district they never intended to be in. If schools are why you are moving, the city name on the listing means nothing. You verify the exact address every single time. This is the most expensive mistake I see people make here, especially with you families. The third thing is growth costs you something. That boom I was just selling you cuts both ways. More people, more traffic, especially at school pickup and on fall Friday nights when that whole town empties into the entire football stadium. New construction everywhere means orange cones are everywhere. And once that amphitheater opens up, event traffic is going to join that pile. It's the tax you pay for living somewhere that's actually going up instead of sitting still. Fourth, it's Oklahoma. This one's not unique to Broken Arrow, but if you're coming from somewhere mild, know what you signed up for. Brutal, humid summers, real winter some years, and tornado season is a genuine part of the life here, not a story. Also, on that note, if severe weather gets in your head, I need you to sit with that honestly before you buy here in town. So the big question is, who is Broken Arrow for? Families who want real community with a downtown, strong schools, safety they can feel, and a town that's clearly on the way up. People who want a short, honest commute to Tulsa, and anyone sharp enough to see that $100 million of entertainment district under construction is a signal worth buying in front of. Also, this one's going to be for the people who should look somewhere else. If you want to live without a car, not here. If schools are your entire reason for moving and you won't do the address homework, you are going to get burned. And also, if walkability everywhere is a hard line for you, this also probably isn't your town. And I'd rather lose the sale than put you somewhere you resent. If you're stacking Broken Arrow up against Owasso, Bixby, Jenks, that's the exact conversation that I want to have with you, because I have watched way too many people get handed to some agent who has never set foot in half of these neighborhoods and end up in the wrong spot for their life. That is not me. This is where I'm from, and if you want to test drive that town first, go stay a weekend in my aunt's old place in the Rose District. The link's in the description below. There's also a ton of great hotels also on Bass Pro Drive. Wrapping this video up, guys, you can call me, text me, or book a free video chat. It's all in the description below. Let's figure out honestly if this is your best fit before you sign anything. And also, guys, drop me a comment. Tell me if you're from here or if you're moving in and I left a question unanswered. I read every single one. I want to interact with you guys. Lastly, guys, please remember, whatever you decide, I'm in your corner. I'll see you in the next video.